AER was established 2 months after Pearl Harbor in 1942 by the Secretary of War and the Chief of Staff of the Army. And its purpose is to assist soldiers, families, and retired soldiers when they face financial distress in their lives, and we're there to have a safety net to help them out and get them through that stress and to the other end of it. So we're celebrating our 75th anniversary, 1942, as I mentioned. And so over those 75 years, we've provided about $1.8 billion to soldiers, family members, and retired soldiers, about 3.7 million of that Army team. And so our vision for the next 75 years is to be there when the Army needs us. And like the song, when we were needed, we were there. When AER is needed, we are also there. And that is our goal and our vision. We're in the yes business, and the donations we receive, we consider every dollar a soldier's dollar, and we want to be good stewards of that and provide those funds back to those great members of the Army family so we can help them out during their times of financial stress.
Personal experience I had is I was a young soldier coming up. Me and my wife lost a baby. Well, when you lose a baby, there's, of course, financial obligations that are tied to that. You have to make burial arrangements. Well, my command sent me over to AER. They sat me down with the counselor, and the counselor said, here's a check. Go take care of what you need to take care of, and don't worry about paying it back. It's a grant to you, and we are so sorry for your loss. I share my story with my soldiers. Hey, this is what AER did for me when I was a young soldier.
Yeah, so the AER team, the greater team, the 22 folks at the headquarters here in Crystal City, Virginia, they are all employees of AER. We're a nonprofit corporation, but we really are the Army. We're not a separate organization. We fall under an Army regulation, 930-4. We're in Title 10. So those are all employees of AER headquarters. We're governed by a board of managers. General Reimer is the president of AER, former Chief of Staff of the Army, and on the board of managers is the Vice Chief of Staff of the Army, Sergeant Major of the Army, a number of other Sergeant Majors from the Academy, ForceCom, the Army G1, the Army IG, Patty Shinseki, wife of the former Chief of Staff. So the board is made up of a lot of active duty senior leaders as well as some very esteemed retired and spouses. And so AER in the field, the 270 plus members of that team, they're actually employed by Installation Management Command. And IMCOM is a great partner of AER. We couldn't do this without them. Lieutenant General Dahl, we're good buddies from times past, and he is very supportive of AER. And so our relationship with IMCOM is critical. And so there are, the AER officers in the field are really out there on freedom's frontier. They're our face to the customer. And so this partnership between AER headquarters and IMCOM is what makes all that happen.
There's something good about engaged leaders that take the time to make soldiers aware of the program, like AER. And knowing that you can go to someone you can trust is huge. You can't put a premium on being able to go somewhere and be well cared for, understood, and actually helped.
Both my parents were in the Army. I'm studying psychology, and I want to become a psychologist.
She will be the first one, in our family that will graduate from college.
AER has kind of helped to make that happen. When I got the letter in the mail that I'd gotten the scholarship, I was very excited for one, and then I saw the amount of money that it was, and it just blew my mind. I was like, wow. It's nice to know that people actually take interest in what I'm trying to do with my life and care enough to finance it for me when I can't. It's an awesome feeling.
AER has been a blessing. Because of the AER scholarship, she was able to start her college education, to see it start and to see it finish.
So why is AER needed? Why are we here? We'd like to work ourselves out of a job, frankly, and to the point where soldiers, family members, retired soldiers don't need this kind of financial help because either their financial situation has dramatically improved, the economy in general has improved, but life really throws us some curveballs. Sometimes there's active gods. You might have an active God. You might have a fire, a flood. During Katrina, we provided an incredible amount of support. You have a death in the family. Those are things that obviously you could not plan for. And so AER likely will always be there. Certainly want to work with soldiers and all the other members to really improve their financial management, their household budget. And we spend a lot of time with that with our partners at Army Community Service. But that's why AER is there. We're that safety net when you get in a situation. We're going to help you get out of it, take care of kids, make the Army a more resilient organization, so that you got the physical, mental, spiritual, as well as the financial health of the force. All those things are very important. This ties right back to Chief of Staff of the Army's 3 pillars of readiness of the force. And so in this case, it's financial readiness, and it's certainly his 3rd pillar is take care of soldiers. And AER is part of the toolbox for the leadership to help take care of the soldiers. That's why we're here. I suspect we'll always be needed to some level. I would say that the nation experienced a pretty dramatic economic downturn in 2008, and our assistance cases went up dramatically during that time, as you can imagine, and it's gone down since then. So that's probably some good news in there, that people are in better shape financially, but we'll always be there whenever the Army needs us.
Army Emergency Relief has helped our soldiers and families since 1942. The assistance provided by AER truly enables soldiers to better focus on their mission, because they know if there's an emergency, AER will be there to help. Throughout my Army career, I've had dozens of soldiers turn to AER for help. Without fail, if the need was there, AER gave them the help they needed. AER is a tool that should be in every leader's toolbox, and it needs to be a soldier's first choice when they run into unexpected financial challenges. AER really is soldiers helping soldiers.